Hello, my name is Tolani. I'm the International Development Manager at Ravensbourne University. Today, I'll be discussing what you need to consider before your departure after receiving your confirmation of acceptance of study from our international office. This is a very important step for you to consider. Before you depart your country, it is important to note that you will need to apply for a visa. Our compliance team will have informed you of the documents you need to submit with your visa application. The first document is your confirmation of acceptance for study. This is a very vital document. Please do not apply for your visa if you've not received this document from our compliance team. The next document are your original qualifications, including your English test qualification. It is also very important you submit this. You also need to submit your bank statement. Also note, you will need to submit a valid bank statement with your visa application. In addition to your bank statement, you will need to submit your tuberculosis certificate. This is also very important if you're required to submit one. With all these documents, you will also need to pay your IHS charge with your application. Please ensure you have all this ready before you submit your visa application. Once you receive your visa from the visa center back in your country, it is very important you check that the information stated in your visa is correct. When your visa is issued, you'll be issued with normally 30 days visa, but due to the COVID-19 pandemic, you might be issued with a 90 days visa, and this would allow you enough time to pick your visa when you arrive in the UK. The next thing you need to consider is your accommodation. We have on our website information on accommodation available at Ravensbourne University. Please note, we do not have on-campus accommodation. Our student services team will help you with the accommodation available in London. Please consider various clothing and other essentials to cover various seasons that we have in the United Kingdom. The next thing you need to do is to ensure you prepare for your online enrollment task. This will be sent to you by an enrollment team. This is a very important part of the process. If you've not received this email, kindly contact us and we'll be able to send that to you. Before your trip to London, you will need to have the following documents with you. Your passport. Please make sure your passport is still valid for the trip to London. You will also need to include your CAS letter, unconditional offer from Ravensbourne. It is important you have your CAS letter with you. Please ensure you have a copy scanned or printed out with you. You will also need a UKVI decision letter if you've received one. In addition to this, you will need your tuberculosis certificate if you're required to have one during your visa application. You will also need your original academic qualification and English test result for your enrollment. In addition to this, please note that you might be required to bring your financial documents when you arrive in the UK. Please let us know if you'll be arriving late once you receive your visa. It is important we know this so we can make arrangement for your enrollment. Before you arrive, I will advise you to book your taxi that will take you from the airport to the accommodation. At Ravensbourne University, we're offering international students the opportunity to book a taxi known as the Black Taxi Service. When you book this taxi service, the university will reimburse you for the cost of the trip from the airport to your accommodation. Before you book your flight, it's important to note that wearing a face mask is now mandatory in public spaces in the UK, as this is a government policy to ensure the safety of everyone in public spaces. So when you arrive in the UK, you will be required to wear face masks in certain places. We will list all this information on our website, and also when you arrive, we will give you this information. There are few airports that you can travel to directly in London. I will just name a few. You have the option of London Heathrow Airport, London Gatwick Airport, London Stansted, London Luton Airport. With these airports, you can easily make your way to the university or to your accommodation. When you arrive at the airport, you'll be required to go through passport control. At this point, you'll be interviewed by the immigration officer on duty. Upon arrival in London, you might be required to quarantine for 2 weeks depending on your country. You're not required to visit the campus in person to complete your enrollment. We will send you a link to your enrollment task. Complete your online enrollment ideally before your arrival in the UK. This process can now be completed virtually. At the end of your quarantine period, you will be able to pick your biometric card at the post office you selected. Ravensbourne is not a collection center. Due to the COVID-19 situation now in the UK, Registration with the police is currently suspended until further notice. If you require further support with this, our student services team will help you out with that. If you have any questions before you arrive on campus, please don't hesitate to contact us on international@rave.ac.uk. We're looking forward to welcoming you on campus. Thank you.